Fiji is known for its unique, beautiful, mysterious, surrounded by blue ocean water in South Pacific, is the Republic of Fiji. The current president of Fiji is George Conrote and the current prime minister is Frank Marma. It comprises of 330 islands in South Pacific Ocean with total land area is about 18,300 square kilometer. Fiji has two major islands, Viti Levu and Vanua Levu. Most of the people live on Viti Levu where capital Suva is situated. Fiji is one of the most developed economies in the Pacific due to abundance of forest minerals and fish resources. The Fiji Islands were formed through volcanic activity starting around 150 million years ago. The first European to visit this country was Dutch explorer Abel Tasman in 1643. Ritu Sevu was a Fijian chief who united part of Fiji, warring tribes under his leadership. European visited Fiji in 17th century and British established the colony of Fiji in 1874. Fiji gained independence on 1970 after 96 years. A republic was declared in 1987 after the independence. The first governor of Fiji was Sir Arthur Charles. To provide cheap labor, in 1789 to 1960, over 60,000 Indians were brought to Fiji as indentured labor. In 1942, approximately 210,000, of whom 94,000 were Indians, 102,000 were native Fijians, 2,000 were Chinese, and 5,000 were Europeans. Now let's talk about the political system of Fiji. In 1990, the new constitution established Fiji domination of the political system. The group against racial discrimination was formed to oppose the unilateral imposed constitution and restored in 1970. In 1992, Sitiveni Rubaka became the prime minister in the following elections held under the new constitution after 3 years. Rubaka established the new constitution review commission in 1997, wrote new constitution which was supported by most of the Fijians. The government of Mahendra Chaudhry, who became the country's first Indo-Fijian prime minister. So let's talk about the banking and finance sector of the Fiji. As we all know, Fiji has a developed banking system which is controlled by the Fiji government through Reserve Bank of Fiji. There are six commercial banks licensed by the Fijian government like ANG Banking Group Limited, Bank of Baroda, third is Bank of South Pacific, fourth is BRED Bank, and fifth is HDFC Bank, and sixth is Westpac Bank Corporation. So after the banking sector, let's talk about the non-banking sectors of Fiji. There are also non-banking financial institutions which are providing financial assistance and borrowing facilities to the customers. Like there are Fiji Development Bank, Fiji National Provident Funds, which are promoted by the government. So now let's talk about the economic structure of Fiji. As Fiji has one of the most developed economy in Pacific Island, the majority of workforce is in agriculture. Fiji has been taken the second largest beneficiary of sugars subsidies after Mauritius. Urbanization and expansion in the service sectors have been contributed recently to the GDP growth. Total GDP growth is $4.869 billion and GDP per capita is $5,411. Sugar export and rapidly growing tourist industries with numbering of 4,30,800 in 2003 are the major source of foreign exchange. Fiji is highly dependent on the tourism for revenues. So let's come to the languages, education, and people. The Fijian speaks Fiji, the Indian speaks Hindi, and all speaks English to each other. The school children are taught in their local languages until they are professional in English. Now, the education in Fiji, the primary schools education in Fiji is free, and it is compulsory for 8 years. People of Fiji is most friendly people in the world as they are proud of their island. They like to live in the same neighborhoods and thus them they make friendly to welcome the visitors. So let's talk about the religion of Fiji. Fiji is a multi-religion island nation. Expect Fijians, there are many other groups of religion, like 64.4% of Christians, followed by 27.9% of Hindus, 6.3% of Muslim, and 0.8% of non-religion. And after that, 0.3% of Sikhs. The people from different parts of India are called Indo-Fijians. Many of the people from China, India, Europe are settled here with their jobs. Mixed of culture keeps it interesting. You can find many Hindu So now let's talk about the food appetite of Fiji. Fijian food is traditionally been very healthy. Fijians prefer more tuber and coconut based diet. Fiji is famous for its seafoods. In meals you can find roti and long leaf Fijian style breads. Taro is a cool dry starchy roof and it is made up only on special occasions. It is available in 70 different varieties. Tor is a rich source of fiber. The famous and very special dish is kokotowa. So let's talk about the export items. Fiji is the 148th largest export economy in the world. The country has highest export of water to USA with around $118 million. Next being the raw sugar, which is also exported to USA with approximately $80.7 million. Other being the refined petroleum, which is exported to China with $89.2 million. Finally, the processed fish is also exported to UK around $66.6 million. So after the exports, let's talk about the import items of the Fiji. As we all know, Fiji is the 153rd largest importer in the world. It has imported all about 2.35 billions in total. Like planes, helicopters are imported from New Zealand for around 188 million, followed by wheat, which is also imported for about $46 million,